In business, health, and life, we're told that mindset is everything. And mindset certainly is important. But I think that we are making a mistake in trying to focus only on being positive. We get bombarded with statistics that say that positive people do better and that people who are optimistic have more fulfilled lives. And while I don't suggest that that is not the truth at all, and while I don't advocate that we should be pessimistic and full of doom and gloom, what I do think we're in danger of is we're in danger of constantly trying to fix the negative. We're constantly trying to fix whatever it is that is not performing well because it makes us feel uncomfortable. So in order to generate a current off a battery, you need to attach electrodes to both the positive and the negative terminal. Without having the positive and the negative terminal connected, you cannot generate something new. You cannot generate that current, which means you can't run the light bulb or whatever it is you're trying to run with that current. In the same way, when we're trying to bring new life into the world, we need both parts, the masculine and the feminine. We need a sperm and we need an ovum. You can't conceive a baby with only a sperm cell or with only an ovum. You need both in order to create that new thing. So people who live in the creative orientation or work in the creative space where they design or they paint or they write or they're poets or they're dancers or they're artists, that's how they create. The creative orientation is they focus on what it is they want to do. They don't have to be in a positive mindset in order to create a beautiful work of art. They just have to be real with where they are, and they have to be connected with what that vision is of what it is that they're trying to create. So often in health, and particularly in the personal development space, we are constantly being bombarded by positive memes. We are being bombarded with the idea that every time you have a negative thought, you need to supplant it with 3 positive thoughts, and then your life will progress forward. Well, here's the thing. You can't control events. You can't control circumstances, and you certainly can't control other people. You can control your response or your reaction, and you can control whether you are able to hold the tension of getting real with where you are right now, accepting possibly the situation that you're not happy with. So let's say your cash flow is poor in your business, or your business is not performing the way you want it to, or you're not well, you have pain in your body. That the reality of that is it does not make you feel good. None of that makes you feel good. None of that makes you feel happy. None of that makes you feel content. And it doesn't matter how many positive thoughts you try and have about that. The reality is it is not making you feel good, because if it was making you feel good, you wouldn't want it to change. So the fact that you want it to be different means that it's not making you feel good. And you need to be real about what that is. But here's the trick. We are geared to be attracted towards ease and to be repulsed by dis-ease. So we always want to feel easy. So the minute we start feeling uncomfortable with the reality as the way it is, we try and fix that. And in trying to fix that, it's like covering up the negative terminal, or we pretend it's not there, or we try and be optimistic, or we cover it up, or we're busy, we distract ourselves, we're busy, or we eat, or we do whatever it is that we need to do, whatever our coping mechanism is, to actually help us feel better, because we're unable to sit with the discomfort of not being comfortable. And that's the trick. The trick is you don't want to cover the negative terminal. You want that negative terminal to be there. You want to acknowledge that negative terminal. And then you want to put your focus on the positive terminal. Because then what's happening is you're actually holding, in inverted commas, a potential difference. The potential difference between where you are and where you want to go. And potential difference is what allows the current to flow. And the current can then generate whatever it is that you want it to do. So the negative is necessary, and we need to be able to sit with those negative emotions, because it's essentially negative feelings. We're always after a goal because of how it's going to make us feel. So the goal is a means to a feeling, and because our current reality makes us feel bad in some way or form, we set the goal because we think that when we get that goal we're going to feel good, which is fine. But if we could just actually hold the tension of the feeling bad while we're focused on where we want to go, so that's the vision, what happens is the strategy of how to get aligned with your vision will unfold more easily. What we do in most cases, whether it's in business, and I see this particularly in health, is We focus on the process, the next pill that's going to give us the miracle cure, the next gene that we're going to be able to splice away so that we don't have a disease, the next food that's the new superfood on the market, the next fancy, shiny new diet that is going to change all our dietary woes, the next research paper that is going to answer the question that's going to give us that magic out for wherever we are, as rather than just allowing ourselves to feel what it feels like to be uncomfortable, to sit with our anxiety and feel it. And this is where the role of being able to feel our emotions and having a capacity for carrying emotions is so important. I was listening to an audiobook the other day, and the author quoted Elon Musk, and I'm going to probably mess up this quote, but Elon Musk was asked what is the secret to his success, and he said that he has an extremely high tolerance to pain. My understanding and interpretation of that is he has an ability to actually be able to hold the discomfort. He can take the pain while he is focused on what he is trying to create. So he doesn't allow the pain to take his eye off where he wants to go, but he can take the pain because that's what's required in order to create something great.